Hey guys, Harsh here, back in video. So as promised, I have another model collection for you guys today, and this time around I have the Mini GT 1:64 scale models. So these are like your standard Hot Wheels scale model that you can find in a more detailed manner from Mini GT. And if you want the bigger scale version, you can obviously go to their parent company, which is I think not mentioned over here. Yeah, it is the True Scale Miniature, TSM for short, and I have sorted them in somewhat a reasonable order. So first of all, I will be talking about the normal cars without any race liveries or modifications. Then comes the road legal modified car, and then after that we have full on race liveries. So let's get started. First off, starting with the most normal car that I have is this R34 over here. It is I think one of the most basic cars in my collection. You can see it does not have any sponsors, no modification whatsoever. But still it was a quite nice model to have. I actually bought this because I was thinking like pasting my own decals and making a custom car, but sadly I couldn't find any decals, but I found the car. It was on pre-order. That's why I unfortunately bought it, but still it is a quite nice model to have. You can see the exhaust system over here is quite nicely detailed. Usually in Mini GT what you see is not very much detailed exhaust system, but in this particular case the exhaust is quite nicely detailed. The tires are also treaded, which is always a plus point, but that I have only seen in the R34 version, not on any other car. Some cars do have slick tires also. One other normal car that I have over here is this McLaren Senna, and I'm saying normal because this is like without any modifications or lace liveries, but still it is a quite nice car to have. It is quite an old version. This is I think one of my first cars that I actually bought from Mini GT. You can see how nicely detailed the exterior of this car is. You can also see how the spoiler is over here. If you compare it with the Hot Wheels version, then you can clearly appreciate how detailed this model is. The exhaust over here is also very nicely detailed, and this is one of the few cars that have the metallic side mirrors. So if you see over here, you can see the mirrors over here are solid metal, which are I think part of the diecast body, and that is like one of the unique cases over here, because every other Mini GT that you see over here, almost all of them have rubber mirrors. So if I just take an example of this R35, you can see how flexible these mirrors are. So don't really know the reason why they gone with the metal mirrors, but they look nice. The tires on this one are also treated, which is quite nice. And then I have the Bugatti over here in the very aggressive yellow and black color, and the black on here is actually carbon fiber. So on the real version you will be able to see carbon fiber, but in the Mini GT version you can see how nicely detailed the black body panels are. They have this very nice carbon fiber finish, including the rear wing, as you can see. So this is a very nicely detailed model. The mirrors are rubber, however, as you can see the exhaust system at the back could be more detailed, but still looks very nice. And you have this giant red brake light at the back, as you can see. The spoiler over here is also very nicely detailed. You can see the fuel port is over here also on the side on both the ends, which is also quite nicely detailed with the Bugatti logo as there. The interior on every other Mini GT is same, so I'm not going to talk about it. Basically what you will get is, if it's a normal car then you will get 2 seats. If it's a race car then you will only get a single seat. Then you have your dashboard, steering wheel all in black color because that's the color of the plastic, and that's about it. You can see at the back over here we also get a slight glimpse of the engine as well. And then you can see the tires are also very nicely detailed with the rim and the tire wall itself. And then I have a Ford GT over here, which is I think the Mark II version. There is no information written on it on the back, as you can see. So this one also a very nicely detailed model. It is in all black color and have this very nice spoiler at the back, but it is very delicate, so I wouldn't recommend touching it anytime soon. The mirrors over here are also made out of rubber, as always the case with Mini GT, and you can see that it has the missing reflective surface inside it. If you want to get that, then you will have to get the Tarmac Works version, because that's the next model maker above Mini GT that is currently doing that, and the price is also slightly higher. Then I have another Ford GT over here. This is the Goodwood livery that you see on this car. It is a very nice combination of gold, blue, black and white. You can see it is also a slightly asymmetric livery on both the halves of the car, so that is a quite nice detail as well. You can see we have the Goodwood logo over here as also. You can see the GT Mark II logo there as well. The brake lights, as you can see, are plastic inserts. Always love to see that. And also the headlights, if you see, have this very nice plastic finish, but on the inside it is a painted headlight, which is I think okay because the front is actually made out of plastic. No sort of carbon fiber finish is going on over here, but still it is a quite nice model to have. And then here is the BMW E30, I believe. This one, as you can see, does not have treads on them. It is a slick tire car, and basically I bought this car because of the Gulf livery. I quite really like this old style Gulf livery on cars, and I am planning to get more of these in the coming days. And as you can see at the back, they have very nicely detailed tail lights and also the headlights. If you see, these are individual plastic circle inserts along with the signature BMW grille at the front. You can see also we have the tiniest of BMW logo on the hood as well. So quite nice model, although I think on the camera it is not quite showing up the real colors of this one. It is slightly bit brighter, I believe. Then I have a Lancia Delta, and this particular car is in a Martini race livery. This is actually a rally car, but I am quite confused with this one, is because I first bought this thinking like this would be the best that I can get, but shortly after Mini GT released this version over here, which is sitting right at the back, which is a full rally cross car. You can see all the sponsors there on the sides of the car and this sort of cap on the front wheel, which I have absolutely no idea what this is. Getting this model was my top priority, but I thought Mini GT only produced this one, so I purchased this one and also this one shortly after, which is sort of like a waste of money, but still both models look very nice. You can see how different they are in terms of the sponsoring. One is littered with them and one is not. So this really shows you what the livery on the car makes a difference on the looks of the car. So very nice to see that. The metal body that they were made from is identical in both of them. It is just the stickering on the Rallycross version is what makes it different. So while buying this one, I actually bought a secondary vehicle as well, which is this Land Rover Defender over here. As you can see, it is also in the Martini race livery with the Lancia logo over here. This is actually a support vehicle, so whenever like this car was broken down in middle of the track, and you might be knowing that Rallycross is an off-road vehicle, so what better car to choose from than this Land Rover Defender over here. It has a spare tire on up top, and this one was basically used to like support the vehicle if it's break down, like I said. Also has some very nicely detailed headlights, and tail lights are practically non-existent in this case. As you can see, they are just simple dab of paints on either side, which is not ideal, but still a very nice model to have. And speaking of about the Defenders, I have two more. This one is for the National Geographic Discovery or something like that. As you can see, it has loads of like hard cases up top, and then we have a fuel rack over here as well, and this metallic box to hold some equipment for the crew. This is in all black color. You can see looks very nice and has the same missing plastic tail lights, but that is quite okay. You can see it also has a hook over here that can be used to attach a trailer. I actually need to buy that trailer, the Mini GT one, so that way I can have like a convoy or something like that. So pretty nice there. And then the third Defender that I have over here is from the Malaysian Army, I believe. This was a Malaysia exclusive model, but somehow I was able to get it in India. You can see it has the Army logo at the back, and at the front if you see also, you can see we have both of the logos, and it is placed actually on a bumper. So this is a very meticulous detail to see on a Mini GT model that was released quite a while back. The tire on the hood, I mean, this is like a best place for tire, I think. Not at the back, not at the top, but at the front of the hood. Although it would have been nice to see like a tire from like at the back, at the top, and at the front as well. So 3 spare tires in a single car, that would have been pretty funny. But keeping the jokes aside, this time around on the Defender, you can see they have some sort of reflective paint inside the mirrors, which is the case for all the Defenders. So that is quite nice to see that, and I'm guessing that is because it was a bigger area, so they were able to paint it. Same as the other one, it also comes with a tow hook, so that's quite nice, and the roof rack up top. Now if we move on to our Lamborghinis over here, I have total of 3. First one is this black digital camo livery. As you can see, it is by LB Performance, so it is bound to look good, but the quality of this model, I mean, Mini GT has really degraded over here. First up, the headlights are not that much detailed. They have sort of like a plastic insert up top, but the LED inside it is completely painted over. At least in this particular version, you will get a plastic piece up top, but for the other Lamborghinis, let me just take this one out. You can see that it is completely painted over, which is not ideal at all, but the color scheme over here is quite good. You can see the sort of like a green camouflage type theme going around all the way to the back, and the wheels for this particular version I think are quite okay detailed. They are slick tire, I believe, so they don't have any treads on them. And what I am thinking is just like replacing these tires with some high quality tires with the disc brake inside it also, which will improve the looks of this car by 100 times. The back is, I think, quite okay detailed. You can see we have the 2 exhaust without the black dip inside, and then the tail light also is painted over, not a plastic insert. And then finally we have this Lamborghini over here, again by LB Works in the Infinity Motorsport livery. At the hood you can see we have this very nice carbon fiber finish look, but same as the other, it has very paintish type looking headlights, and the same case with the tire. They are okay detail, not very much, but they do have treads around them. You can see the back tire is also thicker than the front one, and if you move to the back, then you can see this time around they have done quite a better job at painting the headlights. They are still painted, but you have the plastic insert on top, which is nice to see, and the exhaust over here is also black painted on the inside. That is quite okay as well. So all in all, this was I think one of the best Lamborghinis that I have from Mini GT. And now, as you know, I have already showed you the R34, so let me just show you the other one as well. The first one being the Christmas edition. This was released I think in 22 to celebrate the Christmas season that year. Right now I think they have released the Bentley for their Christmas edition, and the year before that I think it was the Land Rover Defender. So basically it is all white livery with bunch of Christmas quotes all around the car. You can see at the back we have the Nissan logo as well, and on the side it says Merry Christmas with red rim tires with a silver lining on them. Looks quite nice. And also with the other R34, it does have these threaded tires, which is nice to see, and the headlights are no doubt one of the best I have seen on Mini GT with the plastic insert. And then the other R34 is this one over here. This is to celebrate their 5-year anniversary, so they actually came in a special like double size box, and this one has this very nice camouflage finish as well, purplish looking all around. And at the back window you can see we have the heating wires on the window panel as well, which is a very nice detail to add on a car. And this one is basically the same as the other one with the exhaust system and the brake lights, quite nicely detailed also. Then keeping in the Nissan company, we have two S15s over here. First one in the Autofence livery, as you can see, and don't know what the craze is about all of these cars, but I do think they look quite good on this particular like setup over here, which is the wide body kit. Also the Liberty Walk over here. I unfortunately didn't get the Formula Drift version, which was the derivative of this one over here, which I'll just go in a second. So that particular model was quite popular, which I sadly missed out on, but still I was able to get these one, and I think they are releasing a new one, so I will be able to get that one as well. And these are like high quality S15s with supreme amount of detail from both the front and the back. They have also this very nicely detailed drivetrain over here, although I think it is the same for both of them. Have treaded tires, which is always nice to see, and have plastic inside headlights on both of them, although they are like quite slim, but still you can see that it is a plastic insert, so that is quite nice. And speaking of the Formula Diff S15, it was in the livery of this particular R35 that you see over here, and that particular model was like I think one of the most famous model for this year. So hopefully in the next year I will be able to get that one as well. But this R35 also looks very nice. You can see the black, yellow and the white really complements each other, and it also has the same like plastic inside headlights, rubber mirror without the reflective inserts, and then the tail light also being very nicely detailed. The exhaust system over here is painted all the way black with holes inside, and this one also has treads on them, which is always good to see again. And then I have two R34s, kind of like a boy and a girl type theme going on over here. One is pink, one is blue and black. So both of them are from LBWK, and as you can see they are like one of the first models that I bought quite a while back, so they have like standard details going on, and at that time I didn't really have a good taste in cars, so I just bought them. The wheels in this one I also don't like that much, so I will be replacing those as well as soon as I get ones. And same with the other one, you can see it is a super silhouette. I think it has the wide body kit also, which makes it quite a big car, because if you like compare it with a normal R35, then you will be able to see how big a difference of a wide body kit makes. And at the bottom you can also see they also have treads on them, and the drivetrain is basically the same on both of them, so that is because these are practically the same models, and the only difference being over here is with the spoilers, so you can see the difference in both of them. And then I have a Lonely Supra Mark 5 over here, or a BMW, whatever you like to call it. This one, as you can see, has these like sort of fog lights with the yellow tint on them, which I think kind of looks cool. It kind of fits the livery of this car. It is also from Liberty Walk, as you can see, CRS2, and the wheels on this one I think are quite nicely detailed. The design of the rim is I think the main focus point that I like and I don't like. So this one also has the treaded tires. This is the only Mark 5 that I have for this collection, because honestly I didn't really like the Mark 5, neither the Mark 4. The design is like just too roundy for me, but the back does kind of look aggressive. You can see we have this brake light type thing over here as well. The exhaust are quite nicely detailed with the silver outlining and the black painting on the inside. On the top you can see we have the Toyota logo as well, the tiniest one, and on the other side of the back wing you can see we have the LBWK logo as well. So all in all it is a very nicely detailed model, but as I've said I am not really a fan of Mark 5, so I just stuck with a single one. Now saving the best for the last, it is finally time to check out our race version car. So first up I have the McLaren F1 over here. This is the Le Mans special McLaren F1 that actually won the Le Mans that particular season in which it raced in, and as you can see this one is just absolutely beautiful to look at in the black and gray color. The back wing, as you can see, has this very nice carbon fiber finish all the way through, on the sides as well, but I think not at the bottom. Let me just check. Yeah, the bottom one is missing, but still it is a very nice model. The headlights are actually painted over here, and this time around I think I can let it go because they are like quite difficult to replicate at this particular angle, so there's that. But if you look at these two headlights over here, at the time of review I actually didn't know these were headlights. You can see how misaligned the spots are on the actual headlight impression on the diecast body. So this one is a bit of a quality issue for Mini GT, which I think they could have very easily fixed by now. The mirrors on this particular F1 are quite strong. They are made out of very hard material, so I think this time around they won't be able to break off as easily as I have seen on other people's cars. It is a center drive car, so you can see the steering wheel is at the center of the car, not at the either side, and at the top you can see we have the classification of the car, which is GT category, and as always the tail lights are very nicely detailed with the yellow and red tail lights color. This model was also quite popular among the collectors, and rightfully so. You can also see like the nuts on the car are also different colors, so on the left you will get red nuts and on the right you will get blue nuts, which is like a very subtle detail to add, but very nice to see that as well. That is the only Le Mans car I think I have, and then I have two DTM cars over here as well. These are like the very old Mercedes car, and both of them I think are from 1991 I believe, and as you can see they have this very nice front grille, almost looks like a luxury car, which I am guessing this one is, and the Mercedes logo that you see on top of that, which is quite sturdy as I have said in my reviews, and it is not easy to break that logo off, but obviously if you just yank it out of there it will obviously come out. But for the size of this particular logo I think this is very strong. The headlights over here I think are one of the most detailed headlight I have seen on any Mini GT so far, that is including the tail lights as well. They are quite nicely detailed on the DTM cars. Both of them have this very nice shape inside them also with the indicators as well. Also the exhaust, if you see, it is quite small, but it is also having a silver lining and a black inside. The diecast body for both of them I think is the same, but they have used different sort of material. You can see on this one it is sort of a matte finish, and on this one it is like a full metallic finish, but the actual drivetrain for both of them is quite similar. It is just the livery difference of both of them. You can see this one is red and this one is green. So these two I think are one of the best pairs of models that I have, and on top of that will be the Red Bulls obviously, which I will show you in the last. Then I have the two rally cars over here, technically three if you include the Lancia Delta over here. First one is the Subaru, and basically I really like the blue color on this particular car, that's why I bought this one. It also has these very nice golden rims on it, which looks in my opinion absolutely golden. So the headlights on this particular version are also very nicely detailed. You can see the white backing light is also there, and the detailing in it is also quite nice all the way around. This time around it has two seats because as you know in rally you will need a driver and a navigator, and this particular car has sort of like mirror rubbers, but they are like so squished to the model body that they almost feel like they are made out of metal. But don't get confused, they are actually made out of rubber. If you like poke them you can see that they quite bend easily. Then the next car is this Ford Puma rally car, and this one I basically bought because first it has the Red Bull livery on it, and then the back wing, if you look at it, it's just like any other back wing taken like huge amount of steroid. I don't know what type of downforce they want to create with this sort of wing is, but still this is a very nice boxy design of a wing I must say. You can see at the back we have driver's name, or one driver name and one navigator name, and these sort of tiny details you will see on Mini GT. You can see also the tires have this P0 logo, and if you spin the wheel you can see how nicely the yellow and black mix up. On the rim also you will get some logos both at the front and at the back, and also the headlights and the tail lights are quite nicely detailed. This one as you can see is absolutely littered with sponsors all the way through, but one of the major disappointments is that it has slick tires for some reason, which I am not sure is the case for an off-road car. It had the treaded tire on the Subaru, so don't know what they were doing there. It also doesn't come with a tread on the Lancia as well. You can see it is on slick tires, which is hardly the case for rally version, but still it is a very nice model to have in your collection. Then I have total of 3 BMW M4 GT3 cars. So first up I bought this one over here because of the color scheme on it. As you can see it is like a weathered finish on the car, looks very nice, and this one is basically also the same detail as the other cars apart from this awesome like aggressive M4 design on it. I quite really like the M4 in terms of like the design, so that's why I bought this particular car. You can see the massive grille up front with plastic inserts, headlights, and the tail lights at the back also, and these like 4 dibs of black paint which is actually the exhaust, which I quite found out recently. You can see the BMW logo is also there. So all in all, this was a very nice model to have. But then again, Mini GT played me, and then they released this version over here, which is the Liqui Moly race livery, and I have absolutely no idea why I like this livery more than that one, but this really wanted me to get this particular car. It is on slick tire, so that's why I bought this one. You can see on the back wing as well the Liqui Moly logo, and this one is also basically the same as that one over there, the only difference being the livery change. And this time around the exhaust is a bit more accurately printed onto the car than the other one. Also at the front you can see the headlights have some yellow accents given to it, and then if you look at the intake over there, you can see the inside is also painted red, which kind of looks like a mouth, so that is a very nice detail to add as well. And then finally, after buying this one, I thought I was done, but no. Mini GT then released this car over here, which is like the BMW show car. I don't know what this particular version was, but as you can see, it does have an asymmetric livery on it, the BMW colors. So I had to get this model because the color scheme on this one is just absolutely spick. This is the best M4 that I have in my collection right now, so that's why I got 3 M4s now. This one is also the same diecast body that they use for the other two, and it basically has the same amount of detail as the other two as well. So this one I bought purely for the livery, which is awesome in my opinion. Now finally, the best cars of my Mini GT collection are the Formula 1 cars. So the Alpha Tauri AT03 and the Red Bull RB18 over here. Both of them have the driver's helmet inside, which is I think the first time Mini GT has ever produced a car with an actual person sitting in it. And I am a huge Formula 1 fan, so getting these cars was like an absolute dream to me. They are very nicely detailed. I think they are like better detailed than the Tarmac work version, because the Tarmac work version have some serious quality control issues going on currently with their Formula 1 cars. These are also more affordable than the Tarmac works and the Burago versions, which are always at the back there, as you can see. This is like one of the best detail to price ratio models that you can find, I think. Now originally, as you can see on the Red Bull, it came with the hard tire compound, and on the Alpha Tauri version it came with the soft compound tire. But what I have found out is that if you put the hard tire compound on the Alpha Tauri version, it looks quite sick over here. As you can see, the Red Bull version on the hard already comes with it, looks very sick, but if you replace it with the soft compound tire, it sort of looks okay, not that much good, but I think it is quite nice. The medium compound tire would have been nice to see, but on the Alpha Tauri version, I think the hard compound tire looks the best over here. Also, if you look at the back side of Alpha Tauri, you can see the golden exhaust there. This adds like a really good detail to the car itself. And the brake light, or the energy recovery system light, whatever you like to call it, this is the best detailed light I have seen on any models, although I have only 2 models, one being the Tarmac version and other being the Burago version. Both of them don't have the quality as same as these ones over here, which is I think a huge plus point again to buy these Mini GTs over here from the Formula 1 series. So all in all, this was a very good deal, I must say, for the Formula 1 cars and Formula 1 fans. So that is, guys, my Mini GT 1/64 scale diecast model collection, which consists of total of 32 cars, and this was quite a long video and this would take me absolutely ages to edit it as well. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and next year I will be able to expand this collection by 2 folds, I think. So wish me luck for that, guys, and as always, I will catch you all in the next year, because obviously I need to upload this type of video in next year, not just the next video. So that's why I said next year.